Hi, welcome back to the workshop for episode 33 of the Great Guitar Build Off 2022. And just to get everyone caught up, currently we have most of a body built. That's pretty much done, just needs some routing for pickup and neck pockets. And we've got the beginnings of a multi-laminate neck and the fretboard to go along with it. So we're a fair way in, we've done quite a lot of work, but at the time of filming, we've currently got 12 days left until the deadline. So even though we're a fair way in, we've still got quite a lot of work to do. And I definitely think there's potential for a nail-biting late finish on this one, but we'll just have to see what we can do. In terms of hardware, I've got everything I need apart from the pickups, and it's an impromptu bank holiday tomorrow here in Great Britain. So even if I do get those ordered, they're not going to get in the post anytime soon. So hopefully they'll get delivered in time. If not, worst case scenario is I can always pull some pickups out of another guitar temporarily until they arrive. Now, obviously in 12 days, I'm not going to get this finished as I ordinarily would. Normally, I would leave a guitar for at least a month to cure before I attempted to polish it up. I think I'm probably going to have a couple of days at best, but we'll just have to live with that. We'll get it done for the competition, and then if we have to revisit that at a later date just to get that polishing done properly, that's not too much of a big deal. So I'll get behind the bench and we can carry on with this neck and get it something like finished. And it will only be something like finished because we need to route the neck pocket before we can establish how we're going to actually cut the tenon onto this neck, because we need to find out what angle we need to cut it at. But we can crack on with quite a lot of other work on this before we do that. And to start with, I'm going to attach this template to the headstock and we can break the router out and get this cut to shape. Once we've done that, we can then get this onto the oscillating bobbin sander and get the back of the headstock cleaned up and this transition into the volute done as well. Okay, so that's the bulk of the shaping done on the headstock. Very happy with that. It's looking really nice. You can barely see where these wings have been joined on, which is really, really good. So next up, we need to kind of put the profile onto this neck, both in terms of where the fretboard's going to sit and the thickness of the neck. Now we're kind of somewhere close, but I need to check against the template because we might need to just slim this down a little bit further. Now in terms of the width of the neck at the nut, I had intended for that to fall within these kind of outer walnut stripes. I think I'm going to be very tight to that and I might not actually be able to do it. But having said that, I think it might look kind of cool if we do come inside and we transition from these walnut stripes into the maple at some point along the length of the neck. Just might look a little bit different. So either way, I'd generally be quite happy with that. So I think the first thing I'll do is I'll get my completely wrong neck template out and just see how close we are. If we're fairly close, I'm quite happy to leave it as it is. And then I'll get the fretboard template on and we can get this all trimmed down how we need it. Okay, so there's the neck fully roughed out. Actually really pleased with the way that's come out. Now I've managed to get this down at the nut to just a hair over 43 mil. So it's about 43.5, which is a little bit fatter than you'd normally expect, you know, half a mil or so. It'd be interesting to see what that half a mil feels like when you're actually playing it. Might make a huge difference, might not, who knows. And I've managed to keep the walnut running all the way throughout, but I fully expect that as I start to put the carving on this neck, we're going to break through. So we'll have kind of an interesting pattern developing along the side of the neck for there. So again, it'd be fun to see what that actually looks like in practice. And with that done, we're kind of almost where we need to be for this phase of the job. However, there is one thing that I wanted to do when I was cutting out this headstock shape and totally forgot, and that is to drill out for the tuners. So I'm just going to put this template back on again with a bit of super glue and masking tape, punch through with a transfer punch, and then we'll get that to the drill press and just get those drilled out. I saw someone comment on the internet the other day about the super glue and masking tape technique, and they said no matter what you do, under no circumstances whatsoever, don't use blue masking tape because it doesn't work and it will ruin your life. Now, I don't know what kind of blue masking tape he was using, but I think we'll all agree that my videos over the past few years without any doubt have contradicted that. If you're using this 3M blue tape that I always tend to use, never had a problem with it. And if that's not tempting fate, I don't know what is. Okay, and there we have something that's looking a hell of a lot more neck-like. Now, there are some things that I need to do on it. Obviously, we need to get this profile sorted out properly. Obviously needs a carve. We need to put the fretboard on, fret it and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, that's all something that has to come later down the line. So the next step on the neck is to actually put it to one side and get the body back on the bench and get the neck pocket and the pickup routes done so that we can then start to figure out everything else that needs doing. But obviously that's going to be for next time. So until then, as usual, like if you've liked, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.